Good Thursday morning, traders. Happy New Year and welcome to Futures with Ben Lichtenstein. Thanks for starting your day and your trading year with us here on the TD Ameritrade Network. We've got a new day. We've got a fresh start for you this morning, and every single morning it's January 2nd. I'm Ben Lichtenstein. Carly, good morning. Kind of mixed comments recently, whether you're talking the IEA, the EIA, OPEC, the IMF, multiple agencies have given reports, and it seems like traders have had quite an amount to digest, even feeding into the narrative we were talking about earlier in the show, at the top of the show, as far as stimulus, which continue to go back and forth. And we're seeing that as far as price and crude right now. It does seem balanced at these levels. Let's talk commodities. Chris Robinson, the managing director at TGM Institutional Services, joins us this morning to do just that. Chris, welcome. Good Monday morning to you. We're watching crude hold at $100 as dust is settling from last week's announcement, the late last week announcement that the SPR is going to get tapped for 1 million barrels per day. We're talking 90 days worth of total of 180 million barrels. Were you surprised to see crude kind of limited in terms of its pullback in reaction to? I want to head on over to the floor of the CME Group to bring in Alan Nuckman. He's the Chief Market Strategist at Agora Financial. Alan, let's talk PPI. Thanks for joining us here. Your thoughts, for the most part, inflation just is something that we cannot find no matter how hard we look, it seems like.
Yeah, they just can't spark it.
All right, that's a look at my chart of the day. Let's bring in Ben Watson. He's the chart master, and he's joining us this afternoon for a look at a couple stocks he's got his eye on and thinks we should as well. Ben, welcome. Was just talking about a couple energy stocks that are sparking some attention and revving up some into the late day trade with crude higher. What's going on with CVX, though? Chevron looks somewhat idle relative to the others. Let's bring in George Perks. And, well, he's a macro strategist at Bespoke Investment Group. He's here to kick things off with us this week. George, welcome. Good to have you with us. Now that you've had a couple days to sift through the data from the jobs report Friday, what's the key takeaway? David Williams, investor and forecaster from Page Trader, joins us to help us do that. David, welcome. Happy Monday. I'm seeing an interesting divergence with crude and the ES. Not often do you see the S&P down 3 weeks in a row while crude's been up the last 5. Traders, we're going to take a quick break. Stick around, though, because joining me next, Kevin Hinks, the co-host of Fast Market, joins me to debate a couple topics that are on the minds of traders as we head into the end of the week. We'll take a look at my chart of the day and some more of the economic data that's headed our way. We'll be back with more futures after this short break.
Let's do some trading first with Mr. Ben Lichtenstein, host of Futures and Midday Movers. Hey, Ben, earlier we said we're going to talk bonds, and it seems like that's the way to go. Bonds are dropping, and the stock market is running. Is it around this economic data?
It is, Oliver. I think what's most notable, again, in terms of the fact that we've got bonds selling off the futures, so rates to the upside. But as you mentioned, the indices are rallying and the dollar's actually coming off a little bit. So I want to point out here, though, in terms of some of the selling we saw yesterday, in terms of the future show, we talked about that, tried to put it into perspective. We've still yet to take out last week's low. I don't know how much time I have. Ben Lichtenstein here with your TD Ameritrade Network Futures Market Update. 3 of the 4 major U.S. indices are lower this morning, led by the tech-heavy NASDAQ.